Don't touch that dial now. We're just getting started.
Why, hello. Glad you're here. Glad you're stopping by. Welcome. I'm sure you guys seen the news. It's big. It's bad. It's really, really fucking bad. I know some people will take a look at Dreamcast guy and say this man needs redemption for all of his Xbox's dead content he's made throughout the years. I don't know about you. I've been on the internet for a long time, and I've heard Xbox has been dead since the actual origins, or when it came out. It was dead. It's always been a thing. Console wars has been a thing since Atari was out, so it's still going on today, even though I think it's silly. But it does actually make me feel sad about this, because I've been seeing, as an Xbox fan or PlayStation fan or Nintendo fan, I've been watching these companies do some incredibly shitty things and basically transforming the things that I don't really like. That kind of sucks the soul out of this hobby that I love very much. What am I talking about today? I'm sure last week you heard about the possibility of Microsoft, not just Microsoft, but Xbox, which is owned by Microsoft, was going to cut a lot of jobs. We thought maybe 2,000, but actually it's way more than that. Microsoft's recent round of layoffs to impact about 4% of the workforce. How many exactly? Well, as of right now, it's 9,000 roundabout. A lot of people didn't know until the day of, which was on, yesterday, while I was out of town. I've been out of town for work, but I have been paying attention online. And when the news dropped, you just seen hell just break loose. You've seen YouTubers making all this content. Basically, Xbox is dead. This is bad. You had, Dreamcast guy doing his damn thing. Xbox layoffs. If you take it right here, this is bad. Endymion, Xbox is fucking dead. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. I've been hearing this for a very long time. And yes, to me, as Xbox, the way I look at Xbox, that Xbox died a long time ago. As me, when I look at it now, it's just a platform that I play. I have a lot of memories tied to that platform, but as a fanboy, I'm definitely not one of those. I'm just a person that enjoyed the hardware and the games. Just like PlayStation, just like Nintendo. Which is kind of sad because, seeing the game division alone, I think they said they lost about 2,000 people or more. And there was studios like Turn 10 that lost 50%, and these guys have made not Forza Horizon, that would have been Playground, but Forza, Motorsports, that was them. They never made a bad fucking game. You've seen John Romero lose his contract, as well as several employees within Xbox just lose their job, with promises more to come, even with Halo. Now, you would expect, after spending, $80-90 billion acquisitioning studios like Activision and Bethesda, and closing several studios like Tango, as well as many others, you start to think, there's something fucky going on here, and it's been going on for quite a long time. One of the big heartbreaks of mine was the fact that, on July 2nd, Microsoft announced sweeping layoffs, as many as 9,000. A lot of people tried to say that was just Xbox, but Xbox Studio of the Initiative, which was developing this quadruple A game, which I was excited about because I love Perfect Dark. It was a really cool game that I was excited for. They showed off the footage, which looked fine, which makes me wonder, why the fuck did they show us the footage if it was going badly? Which there was reports that there was a lot of problems within the studio itself. Well, I don't know. I don't know all the problems with it, but they also said that the footage that was shown a couple of years ago was fake. They also canceled Rare's Everwild, which I'm going to be honest with you, I forgot all about that game. I forgot about that game. I didn't realize it still existed. I really didn't care. It's sad. But there's more projects that's possibly be going out the window. This is actually from Phil Spencer in his memo. We must make choices now for continued success in future years, and a key part of that strategy is discipline and to prioritize the stronger opportunities. As you guys know, Xbox has kind of made the shift to a full third-party studio, pretty much at this point, that actually has some type of hardware. They actually came out recently saying that they had new hardware working with AMD, with a handheld with Asus, which people are still flipping out. They're like, well, it's not an Xbox when it says it's an Xbox. We won't talk about that because that's fucking lame as shit anyways. But yeah, it's fucking wild, right? I've tried to defend Xbox. I try to look, at the good things of Xbox, but you can't really defend this. And the people that are trying to console war and defend this, I'm sorry, you're not a gamer. You're a fanboy. That's what makes us different. If you're not willing to call out the bullshit that's happening in the industry with your certain preferred platform, then what the fuck are you doing? You're just a brand ambassador at this point. I've had problems for a while with Phil Spencer. I thought originally when he came to help Xbox after the infamous, if you don't like it, buy an Xbox 360, that thing. Who was that? Matrick? Don Matrick? Yeah. Xbox pretty much died that day, by the way. Not literally. They still have 30-some million people playing their games on their services and consoles. I don't think that's ever going to go away. I think, that number of people that's on that hardware is going to get lower and lower, but I kind of feel like consoles is becoming more stagnant anyways. I don't think we're going to see the days of 150 million consoles sold. Maybe Nintendo. I don't know about PlayStation. Maybe they might be able to do it. But for Xbox, I don't think you're going to see an Xbox console sell more than 40 million. That's my guesstimate, because it's not really that popular outside of the United States. But to dismiss 30 or 40 million people using that console or those services is still absolutely insane. It's sad. It's sad because, like I said, we've been kind of seeing the writing on the walls for a while, especially after the ABK merger, where, they said, hey, we're not going to do anything bad. We're not going to close studios or lay off people. We're not going to consolidate everything, and we're going to make it all good. It makes me wonder. It's like maybe the FCC was right. Microsoft did Microsoft thing, and this is one of those things you should never, ever blindly follow a corporation, because all these guys want to do is ass fuck you backwards, and while doing that without lubrication, sticking their hand all the way down your throat and grabbing your wallet. You try to do the math on how that works. I'm sure you'll come up with some crazy solutions on that. But yeah, it's sad. Like, I saw Perfect Dark, I was like, man, it's going to be good. And then they shown, her jawline, and I was like, why does she look like that? I don't care. There's a big problem. There's a huge problem. There's a lot of things that kind of played into this. One, we have the movement to AI. AI has been a big thing in the tech sector. I work in the tech sector, and I can tell you for sure, but AI is a problem when it comes to just tech jobs in general and entertainment. We're seeing it every day. AI gets more advanced, and there's going to be a lot of people losing their jobs. But yeah, like right in here, this is the BBC. Microsoft to cut up to 9,000 jobs as it invests in AI. Microsoft's confirmed it will lay off as 9,000 workers in the tech giant's latest wave of job cuts this year. The company said several divisions would have been affected without specifying which ones, but reports suggest that it's Xbox video gaming until it will hit. Microsoft has set out plans to invest heavily in artificial intelligence and is spending $80 billion in huge data centers. Guys, I hate to tell you, if you think Microsoft's the only ones doing this, I have a fucking beach waterfront property for you in, I don't know, fucking Papua New Guinea or some shit, on wherever beaches are. It's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. That's a really bad fucking analogy. I need to take that back. I'm retarded. I say retarded things all the time. It's really sad. really fucking sad. And it does have me scared because, like I said, I work in the tech industry. I am a IT guy. That's my job. I work with computers every day. I troubleshoot printers, computers, networks, all kinds of shit all the time. I go through migrations. And with the adoption of things like Copilot, ChatGPT, and all kinds of other AI helpers, these are going to be our replacements. It sucks. I don't want to blame this all on AI though, because there's more to it than that. Xbox hasn't been selling well in terms of hardware for a very long time. The Game Pass model, a lot of people say the Game Pass is the problem. That's a good possibility. I don't think it completely is that, because I take a look at things like PlayStation Plus and Nintendo Online, as well as all these other subscription services, and they're all doing pretty well for the most part. A lot of people say Xbox don't buy games, and I can easily pull up my purchase histories and show that's fucking wrong. That's just me, though. Doesn't mean that 30 million people don't buy their games. I don't know. Fuck them. I don't care. I never really think about that. But there's definitely a lot of problems right now in the gaming industry as a whole. This is not an Xbox exclusive, and this is not a justification for it either. Xbox is fucking scummy. I mean, shit, we even had Phil Spencer playing Indiana Jones while, talking about these layoffs, while also saying we've been highly profitable, which is really strange to me, because you hear about these profit margins going up and studios going really, really well, and you still hear about layoffs. I'd like to see, let's take a look. I'm going to hop on Google. We're going to take a look at how many people, hang on. Let's try to find something. How many people lost their jobs in the gaming industry? I can't spell. Industry last few 5 years. I can't spell, okay? So from right here, this is just an estimate, and I'm sure we're using AI on this. An estimated 35,000 jobs were lost from 2022 to 2025 in the gaming industry. That's everything. Studio closures, gaming journalists, all kinds of people lost their jobs, which sucks. Really does suck. Another big thing was there was expansive growth during COVID. These studios bought and hired a ton of people because it was getting this boom of extra money. And after that bubble bursted, guess what? We started seeing a decline in sales, as well as people just losing their jobs. There's a lot of things that's been going into this, either low game sales, people, just AI, all kinds of bullshit. It shouldn't be really accepted. When I take a look at this, I'm like, okay, you need to fire every motherfucker that's on the Xbox team management or Microsoft, but it doesn't really work that way. These people are going to be getting bonuses, by the way. They're going to fire 9,000 people and get insane bonuses, just so the machine can keep on moving. It's really pathetic. It sucks. We live in a capitalistic world, and I'm not going to hop on that because I know how it works. But it does suck. It does really suck. I want Xbox to bounce back. Obviously, I want to see Xbox do good. I want to see PlayStation do good. I want to see Nintendo do good. But you got to remember that these companies, they don't even know who the fuck you are. They don't care about you. The only thing they care about is that bank account. But you got a lot of people, even on X, like if you was to hop on with the console warring that's been going on, this is one of those guys that seems like it's trying to defend it. It's an eye for an eye thing. Xbox canceled 2 games, the media and fanboys, Xbox is dead, versus PlayStation canceled 8 games. And here's the thing, when PlayStation did it, it was bad. It was really bad. When Xbox did it, it's bad. It's really bad. When anybody does it, it's bad. It's really bad. There's no ifs, ands, and buts on if this is justified or if this is a good thing, or a time to celebrate the downfall of studios just because you have some kind of imaginary plastic box war, or you basically worship a company on the daily. And some of these guys like MBG and what's the fucker Timu JJ Abrams over at Reforged Gaming tries to make it about them. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Game Pass right here, Valerie, Game Pass canceled. Xbox 3, fuck you. Corporate leech, thousands of good people losing their jobs today. Hours upon hours of devs will never see the light of games never see the light of day. Xbox as a brand is fucking dead to me. Yes, it's fucking messed up. It's really messed up. I don't hate Xbox. I don't. I question why the management, especially Phil Spencer, why does he still have a fucking job with Matt Booty? I don't know much about Sarah Bond. She's a kind of a new face, but I really don't know what the future is for Xbox as in terms of a player in gaming. I think it's just going to be another one of those service-based, software-based things. They're going to try to sell some hardware to the diehard people and just slowly just tinker away and just become the next EA or Activision. It's full-blown third party. I'm not going to deny that. I never denied that. I'm not a fan of console exclusives to begin with, and it sucks. It really does. But yeah, it really sucks. And one of the things that did come out today, which was some kind of good news, was Helldivers 2 was coming to Xbox. Yeah, that actually happened. It's coming to Xbox. It's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy, right? It's fucking crazy. Helldivers 2 is coming on Xbox on August 26th. I think that's the same day as Years of War Reloaded is coming out on PlayStation. This also kind of signifies and shows that the age of exclusivity is slowly dying. I believe that. I kind of hope that. I'm tired of seeing it. The only one you're not going to see is Nintendo, because people buy Nintendo games for Nintendo games. You could buy PlayStation and Xbox games pretty much everywhere at this point. Man, it's fucking sad to be, if you're just an Xbox fan, but if you're a gamer, it's really sad if you don't really care about, party lines and shit, because, again, that's unhealthy to begin with. But if you're console warring and trying to use this as a W for a lot of people losing their jobs, maybe you should get checked out. Maybe you should probably stop fucking doing that. That's retarded. Stop it. Just fucking stop. Get help. It's really dumb. And I know there's a lot more I could possibly say about this. Like I said, I think the biggest thing was, seeing Perfect Dark getting canceled. I was really looking forward to that. Like, I don't know anything about Ever Wilds. I remember that was announced maybe in 2019, and you're going to hear a lot of things from corpos, especially like Phil Spencer or not Jim Ryan, Kurt Hulse, Herman Hulse, or Satya Nawada, Matt Booty, Doug Bowser. You're going to hear them say such great things to try to make you feel better about being in a brand. But if you look behind, these guys are lizard people that are just trying to get your wallet. It's just the way it is. It's sad. You shouldn't put your faith into a company. Not a single one. But there are a lot of people that tie their whole identity and personality to a single brand, which is unhealthy, because when shit happens in Puerto Rock, he found out in let's see if we can find him. Puerto Rock actually found out in real time that, hey, right here. Oh man. He found out, so it was J-Dub City, all these guys. PlayStation's one good live service game that came out of this dumbass strategy they put on Xbox consoles. So much for differentiators. Dude, it's a money game at this point. Games have become way too expensive not to be shared throughout the other platforms. I'm not saying that all games are coming to Xbox or Nintendo or PC. I'm not even saying that. I don't want to be a part of that conversation. But at this point, you know, the writing is kind of on the wall. Xbox is making more money being a third-party publisher, and I'm assuming that PlayStation will probably reap the rewards of that as well whenever they decide to do that. Even if maybe 1 million sells on Xbox, that's still, what, $32 million or something like that, maybe more. Still, that's a lot of money. Maybe not in the long scheme of things, but, you know, it's worth that extra pinch of salt, that extra lime juice, all that shit. But the thing is, though, Porterock was, which I give him props for this, he posted in June 7, 2024, if PlayStation is not willing to put their own first-party games on PS4, what the hell makes you think that they're going to put Helldivers 2 on Xbox? What a huge L take! It was. I've seen the shift for a very long time. More so with Xbox than anything, but whenever they started putting games on PC, then they put a Horizon game on the Switch, the writing was already on the wall, and the only people was freaking out again is people that are tied to a brand. It's just, this is what it is. Actually, let's see what MBG has to say. Nixus Software helped develop Xbox port of Helldivers 2s. If I'm not mistaken, this marks the first time Sony has shown its willingness to utilize their own studios on one of their games' Xbox consoles, which, yes, that is true. That is definitely true. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I've seen Tripster. Was it Tripster, that dumb fucker, was saying things like, it's not a Sony studio. Hang on, let's see if we can find out. Hang on. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. This motherfucker here, Tripster. No, Arrowhead Games is not owned by Sony. I'm pretty sure that was hit right here. Sailor, even though I don't like Thick Sip Boy, he's right. You're just gatekeeping at this point. Lego isn't owned by Sony. Helldivers IP is fully owned by Sony. Try again, but this was back in January. Kind of changed up here, man. It's almost like you're just saying shit to say shit. That's what it seems like to me. Maybe it's mental illness. Maybe, yeah, quit saying stupid shit, and this shit wouldn't happen. You kind of got your ass dragged through the mud on this. But again, like I said, you're going to see a lot of people trying to come to the defense of this and trying to make some kind of fucking excuse because they have nothing better to do in their life except for console war. But if you're seeing what's happening on Xbox, this has been happening everywhere. Xbox is just the bigger portrayers of these issues. First it was PlayStation, but we can go back even further than that. It's been going on each side simultaneously forever, for a while. Gaming is not what it used to be, guys. I don't know what the future is going to bring. I'm still going to be an Xbox player, I'm still going to be a PlayStation player, still going to be a Nintendo player, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with them, and it doesn't mean I have to try to run defense on these guys. Because again, the way I see it, corpos are, they're going to say everything they can to keep you on their platform. They're going to make you feel like it's all sunshine and rainbows, and I feel sorry for these people that wanted to work with these companies. You're not safe in the gaming industry anymore, unless you're a Japanese studio, possibly, or Western studio. Damn, it fucking sucks. It really does. But like I said, if you're one of those people that's trying to make fun of this as people losing their jobs to score some kind of L, maybe you should fuck off. That's an easy thing to do. That's a really easy thing to do. You can politely, I'm just going to say politely, fuck off. That's really good, right? It's really good. Fuck off. Just go away. Alright, guys. Love you. Sorry it was a mess. I'll see you soon.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. You're a stupid cunt. Suck my dick.